All right, back here on News 19 on this March Madness Eve. With us now is a true legend, Joe Rhett, former Gamecock, played Eau Claire High School, but last week he was in Nashville where he was honored as an SEC legend by the Southeastern Conference before the Gamecocks contest with Arkansas. That had to be a thrill for you to be honored like that.
It was, for a guy that's been in Carolina many years ago, whose career been cut short because of heart issues twice. It was a tremendous honor. I'm humbled to have that opportunity to go back and be honored as an SEC legend.
You're buddies with Kerry Rich,
Yes.
who is obviously a former Gamecock point guard, hence the nickname the captain, and he's in his second year as a special assistant to the head coach. You know what this program means to Kerry, and I know it means a lot to you.
Oh,
but
yes.
to have Kerry be able to experience this of this team returning to the big dance and him working in a full-time role, you've talked to him. What's it like for him?
It's awesome for him. Honestly, last year I felt a little sorry for him because how rough things were under the program. But, it wasn't their team. It wasn't Lamont's players at that time. But to see now the transformation of how they're at this point now with 26 wins in the big dance, he is so elated. He is so excited to be a part of this because, nobody loves Carolina. Now, for that job also, he was the perfect guy for that job. So a lot of people probably wanted it, but nobody loved Carolina. Nobody have put their heart and soul in Carolina as much as Kerry did. And he was been groomed for years for that job. It was a perfect time for him.
Well, he's just a few feet down from the head coach, office-wise. So that means if there's a fire that needs to be put out, it's like Kerry, get your fire extinguisher. Go put it out. 11 wins to now 26 and counting.
Yep.
Nobody saw this coming. I would think you fall in that camp as well.
Exactly. Nobody saw that coming, but it's just a great pleasure as a former player to see the transformation this year from 11 wins to 26, now in the big dance, to have the opportunity to I believe that they can play in the next weekend, go to the Sweet 16 if they, the team is, there's a very good defense team. I know the defense will travel, but sometimes the offense gets a little lack. They have moments where they can go 3-4 minutes without scoring, but, they can get going, get Michi going, and get those guys, B.J. Mack and a young guy who I love, CMB, Colin Murray Boys. He has been doing a tremendous job this year.
Yeah, local kid who played at AC Flora.
Absolutely.
So obviously you root for all the players to do well, but something special about Columbia kids staying home and getting it done.
Exactly. It just take us back to in the late 80s when I was there. We had a team full of South Carolina players, and to see him come through and do what he's done as a freshman, he's kind of started off slow because of the sickness, but to see him now be the guy that he is, it's great to see him. One of my favorites.
Overcame a bout with mono back in October. All right, so you and the rest of the former Gamecock players, that get together and do the text chain or whatnot. What's it been like for you guys as a group to see this team resurge like this?
It's great, and we do it a lot. Getting in our texts and just during games and after games, we just talk about how this team has grown and how, give Kerry a lot of credit as well, not for the team, but having the guys to come back. You see the Blue Buds, Kentucky, the North Carolina, the Dukes. You see on that bench former players, and it's one of the first times that you get to see a former player on the bench, and he's like that bridge right now. We have somebody we can call to and want to come to the game, come to different events for USC, and he's that guy now that we can call. All of us can call and reach back to and feel comfortable coming back to South Carolina.
All right, so tip-off is around 4 o'clock tomorrow up there in Pittsburgh. Are you going to start coming down with a little cough around 3:40 or so, and may need to?
Probably will.
You're looking a little peaked.
Well, with this pollen out here right now, yes, it's pretty thick out there.
You might need to go lay down. You might need to call it. Maybe just call it. Maybe just take the whole day tomorrow because you don't want to come down and make it worse.
You're right, exactly. I don't want to spread nobody else, but
he is a humanitarian, is he not? All right, Joe Rhett, Gamecock legend. Thanks for coming in. And
thank you, Rich.
Again, March Madness. Looking forward to it. Keep it right here on News 19 and WLTX.com. And good luck with your bracket as we get ready for the NCAA tournament.